Good morning, guys. My apologies for the other live. I got a phone call which threw my live off. I thought my phone was on Do Not Disturb. Obviously, I did not have it on there. So my apologies. We're going to start the live over. Thankfully, it was at the beginning. Okay, but we are back. We are back. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to rejoin the live, okay? I'm going to give you guys a chance to rejoin the live. My apologies to you guys again for that happening. Like I said, someone interrupted my live calling me, and it's kind of my fault because I took my phone off Do Not Disturb last night. Thank y'all for coming back. My apologies, guys. I took my phone off. I usually have my phone on Do Not Disturb because I know I usually go live. I had it off Do Not Disturb last night because I was on a phone call and I did not put it back on. So when I went live this morning, I forgot to put it back on, and someone called and interrupted the live. That's why you guys didn't have sound, because anytime I'm live and somebody calls me, it knocks the sound out. So my apologies. We are back. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna start it over since we really were at the beginning of the video. Okay, for those of you that are joining, let's go ahead and do the disclaimer again so we can be covered. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay, again, apologies to everyone joining the live where the live was interrupted. Okay, now we were saying before we were rudely interrupted, congratulations are in order for Morris Chestnut, who received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Okay, yes, he did. So congratulations to him for that. He is a great actor. We love Morris Chestnut. He's been in the game for years, guys, ever since the movie Boys in the Hood. We talked about it. He's been in movies. You guys remember him from the movie Best Man and also Best Man Holiday, which those two are one of my favorite movies that he's played in. He also played in When the Bow Breaks. He also played in The Perfect Guy with Sanaa Lathan, which that was also a great movie as well. And I just said he was in Boys in the Hood, which is where he got his first start. But yeah, so The Brothers, I see you guys putting that. He was good in The Brothers too. He's been in a lot of movies. He's been in a lot of movies. So shout out to him. Like I said, a lot of women see him as the chocolate heartthrob, honey, in Hollywood. He's a great looking guy. He's an awesome actor. So shout out to him, and I'm glad they're giving him his props, honey, letting him get his flowers, honey, while he is still alive to smell them. So thank you, Hollywood, for acknowledging such an awesome actor. Okay, as I was saying before, he just announced recently that he and his wife are celebrating 27 years of marriage. Okay, that's his day one. That's his wife that he's been with for years. They're still together. They're still thriving. And he spoke on how he still looks at her like he did the day he met her. He's still in love with her. I like that. I like that. That says to me that you have that staying power, that you are a responsible man, and that you really protect the things that you feel are important to you. And his wife has been there since day one, and I applaud that. Child, black love, honey, stick and stay in there, baby. 27 years, that's impressive, especially in Hollywood, because that's rare. That is so rare. People do not stay together that long. So shout out to Morris Chestnut, him and his family, and shout out to Hollywood for acknowledging him with this Hollywood Walk of Fame. Very, very well deserved. All right. So yes, honey, thank you, Morris Chestnut. All right. Moving on, child. Some news that I really didn't care to use this morning or hear about. But y'all know we got to talk about trending topics. They said that Mitch McConnell, honey, he announced that despite his recent freezing episodes, that he will continue his Senate term, which is set to end in 2027. So he's going to still go ahead and try to run, guys. I said, Lord, we done talked about this until I just don't want to talk about it no more. Mitch, you not well, sir. You are not well, Mitch McConnell, to be out here trying to run for Senate. They're saying his term, like I just said, is up 2027. Child, he keep having them episodes, getting up there behind the podium. He can't answer no questions. He be zoning out. It's time to sit it on down, Mitch. It's time to pass the baton to somebody else with a clear mind who does not have all these medical issues. And I get it, he's an older guy. But baby, listen, you've done your good work. You've done all you can do, sir. It's time to go on and retire. And because people are tired of standing here watching your ass for 30 minutes. Okay, sitting there on froze, honey. When somebody asks you a question, it's time. It's time, Mitch. If you're watching my channel, Mitch, give it up. Okay? Give it up. Brandon said, baby, you need to give it up. Had about enough. It's just plain to see your term is up. Give it up, Mitch. Damn. Oh. So, yeah, ain't nobody checking for you, Mitch. It's time to go home, child. You standing up there looking crazy. But he did announce that he is going to continue his run for Senate, baby. And he ain't giving it up till it's over in 2027, all right? Yeah. They be like, Mitch, are you there? Mitch, hello? What do you have to say to the people, Mitch? I'm sorry. And everybody standing there looking at his ass, and he looking at them crazy, honey, like Miss Millie off Color Purple when they told her that Hoppo was gonna ride with her to take her back home, baby, because she didn't know how to drive. Y'all remember that? I said, Jesus. Mitch, honey, was standing there looking at the folk, honey, like Miss Millie off Color Purple when they said, we're gonna let Hoppo squeeze in there and drive you on back home so that Sophia can spend some more time with the chillins. She was standing there looking like, no the fuck you won't. Okay, that's how Mitch be standing there looking like his ass be spaced out. He don't know where he is, honey. I said, child, Mitch, a.k.a. Miss Millie, please take your ass away, sit down, because we sick of you. All right, we are sick of you. All right, now, if you guys have not already seen, I already put out my notification for our live for later on this evening. We have to do it that way because I need to do it when I get home because I'm going to be playing video of Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto's jail video phone calls, okay? Who's got them? Caramel, honey. 3 parts of them, baby. It is juicy. I listened to them, and baby, I had to clench my pearls, and we're going to talk about it a little bit this morning. Okay, we're going to do a little teaser this morning. But baby, when I tell you, I told y'all she been talking to him in jail, all right? But I got some more stuff that we need to talk about with this Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto. Y'all going to be like, say what? Yes, baby. All right, let's get into it. Because Shirley, baby, you ain't fooling nobody when you put out that little disclaimer that you tired of Ernesto and you don't want to talk to Ernesto and that you blocked him, honey. No, you did not block him, baby. You did not block him because according to these phone calls, baby, it's very telling of the stuff that you and old Ernesto been talking about. And he has been still playing in your face. Let's talk about it. Now, on a recent phone call between Shirley Strawberry, honey, where she was talking to old Ernesto, who we all know is still locked up, honey, in the penitentiary. Shirley Strawberry says that her truck was most recently confiscated as well as her wedding ring that Ernesto gave her, all right? Shirley was leaving her beauty salon, honey, or the beauty salon, when cops pulled her over, most recently, guys, and boxed her in and took her vehicle. They confiscated her vehicle. Now, on a phone call with Ernesto and Shirley, Ernesto is asking Shirley, rather, how she's doing and how's her day going. That's how the phone call started out, all right? Now, Shirley says to Ernesto, she says that I was doing okay before the cops pulled me over and took my truck. So Ernesto is like, took your truck? What are you talking about? So he says, what do you mean? What do you mean that they took your truck? The white one? They took the white truck? So, yeah, this is the conversation now. Ernesto says, why would they do that? Okay, so Shirley then replies and says that the cop says that it's being used in the current investigation. All right, so y'all know that a lot of the stuff that, the money that Ernesto had, they're saying he got it by way of fraud and stealing from other people and other things that he was doing he wasn't supposed to be doing. So the cops are starting to confiscate Shirley and Ernesto's private property, all right, because they're doing this investigation. So Ernesto then does the whole, wow, I can't believe it. Like, you already know. He get on my nerves. So then Shirley then says to him, she says that that they were waiting outside the salon until she got ready to leave. Then the cops blocked her in and says that a tow truck was there. She said a flatbed tow truck was there. And as soon as she came out and got into the car and get ready to leave good, she said a whole bunch of cops swarmed in and boxed her in, and a flatbed truck then backed up to her truck. They made her get out of the truck, okay? And they put her truck on the flatbed truck. And she said that the police offered to give her a ride home. She said, but she refused. But the beautician that was there that did her hair actually took Shirley home so that she would have a ride, okay? I said, well, hot damn. Shit is getting real, Shirley. See, they done told you to leave damn Ernesto alone, but she's still trying to cover for him and still trying to fool with him. And now she's getting locked up and she's getting caught up in the mix. Now, Shirley says to Ernesto, she says that she asked cops Do they have any proof and why they're taking her truck? She says that cop says to her that her daughter Sheraton came into the police station and several paperwork that they had 4 signatures of Shirley Strawberry's name on some paperwork. Okay, so see her name, she's slowly getting weaved into this mess with Ernesto. So Ernesto says that's some bullshit. This is what he's saying to Shirley. Okay, so then Shirley says that and that's the same officer that we saw, Ernesto, that was there when you were arrested. She said this is the same officer that was there when you actually got arrested. Okay, she says that the police had been following her for quite some time, and they chose to zoom in on her and grab that truck when she went to that salon. So she's been on surveillance for quite some time. They've been watching Shirley Strawberry for quite some time because they feel like she may have some ties into the mess that Ernesto's been doing. Okay. So cops told Shirley that she may not get her truck back, that it may be used to put or rather pay back the victims that Ernesto actually owe from all the crimes that he committed and the money that was stolen and the fraud that he committed. Because y'all know he stole several credit cards. All right, he has a lot of felonies in terms of credit cards and bank fraud and all this other stuff. All right, so Ernesto is heard on the phone call saying that the cops are lying. That's what he's telling Shirley Strawberry. Now, you know they done did their investigation and they know what they got. But he's telling her they're lying and she's believing him. Yeah, I believe you. They are. I don't feel like they have anything. This is what she's saying on the recorded jail phone call to Ernesto. I don't think they have anything. And I'm not going to talk and I'm not telling them anything. She's heard saying this on this call. I said, Lord. So then Shirley goes on to tell Ernesto that it has something to do with the woman that set Ernesto up, which we all know is the woman that Ernesto was seeing that lives in Florida, that was running around saying that she was Ernesto's wife. Okay. Then Shirley also goes on to say that at this point that she don't have a car to drive and that police also have confiscated her wedding ring as well. Now, the said wedding ring is said to have cost $20,000, and they're trying to figure out where Ernesto got this money from, because he don't work. He ain't got no reputable businesses or nothing. He used to be a barber where he had his own celebrity shop, you know, where he cutting celebrities' hair, but he stopped doing that. So they're trying to figure out where he was getting all this money from to be buying Shirley all this expensive stuff, including her wedding ring. So now she don't even have her wedding ring no more because Ernesto out here spending money, fraudulent money, buying Shirley Strawberry stuff, and the cops done took her shit. So they're saying that she was saying that some lady named Danielle Diamonds is what, no, the place that they got the ring from was called Danielle Diamonds, okay? And like I just said, the ring cost $20K, and police decided to go and snatch that up off her when they took that truck as well. So Ernesto tells Shirley, honey, to stop talking because that's bullshit. Because Shirley, she was just at this point just ranting. And Ernesto, knowing that the phone call was being recorded, is telling Shirley to be quiet, knowing that the things that she's saying is being recorded because he don't want her talking too much, because y'all know she know a lot of stuff. She was trying to pretend that she didn't know what was going on, but Shirley, in this phone call, I could tell she knows a lot that was going on with Ernesto, because when she kept saying, I'm not talking, I'm not telling them anything, that's telling that you do know some stuff. Okay, yeah. So now they're investigating her ass. Now Shirley says to police, okay, she said that police did allow her to get her stuff out of the truck before they snatched it up and dragged it up out of there on that little flatbed, honey. And she was mad about that. But she said that the investigation, is still ongoing and that they're looking for more stuff, okay? She said, but they don't have anything. She kept telling Ernesto, they don't have anything. They don't really have anything. All right, so then Ernesto apologizes to Shirley for what happened with her in the situation with her truck, okay? Because she sounded like she was about to start crying, talking about she ain't got no transportation now that this situation happened to her. So Shirley says that cops are really trying to stick it to Ernesto, okay? So the cops is really trying to stick it to you, Ernesto. They're just after you. They don't really have nothing on you. They're just trying to stick it to you. Then Shirley Strawberry also goes on to say that there's a Bentley that was also purchased by Ernesto that they have, but she's not going to be driving that because that's listed under his assets, and the investigation is also being investigated on that said Bentley as well. So, yeah. And they're getting ready to confiscate that as well to pay the victims back because he owes damn near millions of dollars. in restitution, okay? So Ernesto then tells Shirley that he ain't about to talk on the phone no more and that he's ready to get off the phone, okay, when she starts talking about this Bentley. Because she's starting to talk about stuff that I don't think the police probably don't even know that they had. Or, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to tell her to be quiet. Don't be talking too much, because it's some shit that they probably don't even know that we got that we don't want them to take. So that's what he was trying to tell her to pipe down. Because y'all know the cops was listening to everything. So Shirley then agrees with Ernesto, okay? Then Ernesto repeatedly, like I said, he repeatedly apologizes to Shirley about everything that's happening to her by way of him, because he's gotten her into all this bullshit by her being with him. So Shirley says that it breaks her heart to hear cops tell her that Ernesto is a monster and that she don't really know who he is, okay? She still believes that he's this good man regardless to all the charges, and to the fact that he also violated her daughter. She is still running behind Ernesto even after he violated her daughter, okay, guys. So then Shirley also goes on to say that they keep adding charges to Ernesto to keep him in jail, and that she feels like that he needs to be out of jail because she don't feel like they have enough to hold him, okay? She also tells him that she says, I'm just facing it head on. I'm gonna face everything head on, and that there's nothing really I can do about anything right now. She says that that she's upset that police blocked her in, and that she couldn't even get away if she wanted to. So what, you gonna try to run from the police? She said the way that they blocked her in, that she couldn't even get away if she wanted to get away from the police. This is what she's telling him on this phone call. So what, you gonna try to skirt out on the police, honey, when they try to block you in? Shirley, girl, that's embarrassing as hell. Now she says that Shirley says that the cop says that when they ask, they'll take her home to Tasha, somebody named Tasha. She says where you're living, which says to her that they know actually where she's been living and kind of hiding out because they've been watching her. So when she said they mentioned this Tasha person, she says that that's when she knew that they've been following her and been watching her, because how would they know that? And I'm like, girl, you might wanna cut all ties and stop these damn phone calls with Ernesto, because your ass gonna wind up in prison with him, Shirley. Like, for real. If they rolling up on you like this, like, that's embarrassing. Everybody know you Shirley Strawberry, and now your shit done got taken because of Ernesto out here spending money he should not be spending fraudulently, and you in on it. You can be locked up, you know, guilty by association. That is a thing now. There's a such thing as being guilty by association. You sitting your ass on this call talking, I ain't telling them nothing, they ain't got nothing, I ain't talking, I ain't this. Oh, you will talk. You will. And they can use these phone calls, okay, against you in court to say that you know some things that you're not telling, or that you lied to police. Girl. And she said that the cops even told her, said, do you even know who you were married to? Said, you don't even know this man that you're married to. She said that the police told her that, and she said that really upset her, because she says that she feels that she still loves Ernesto. They trying to tell your stupid ass, okay? So Ernesto is sitting in the back like, what? That's crazy. That's all he could say in the call. What? That's crazy. Oh, that's total bullshit, Shirley. I don't believe that. I can't believe it. That's him on the phone. I said, bruh, you did all this shit. You got about 30 charges up on you, and you sitting back talking about you can't believe something, and you can't believe the cops is doing this to you. Now, Shirley says the cops also told her, honey, that that the person that you're talking about is not the man that you're married to. Talking about Ernesto. They stayed warning her. She says that, and she's also heard telling Ernesto that you just don't know that they're so wrong about you, Ernesto. The police and everybody is so wrong about you. This is Shirley in the phone call, and I'm sitting there listening to this call like, girl, you crazy. Now, she says that she's so afraid. She said, but cops pretended to be her friend and even told her to come and sit and talk to them with her lawyer, okay, and tell them what she knows about this situation with Ernesto. She says, but she's refusing to speak against Ernesto, okay? And Ernesto said that this shit is like a movie to me. He said, oh, this shit is like a movie to me. I can't believe this, Shirley. This is him in the phone. He said, cops keep telling me I need to get my attorney and come to the station and talk to them and tell them what I know. But I'm not speaking against you, Ernesto. This is what she's telling him on the phone. I said, well, hot damn, girl. She also tells Ernesto, you know, she keeps repeating, oh, this is not right and this is not fair. I can't believe we're going through this. Ernesto then says to her that I just feel sad and this is all embarrassing and humiliating for you. And then she goes on to tell Ernesto that everyone in their circle is now starting to be contacted. Everybody that she knows, that, you know, that they hang with and that they deal with, that the police is starting to contact them and question them as well. Okay, which that also means Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey. We about to get into that in a second too. So Ernesto then says, what do you mean they're all being investigated as well? So Shirley goes on to say that when the story actually broke, that cops put out a picture of Ernesto in a bulletin asking, do you know this person? Do you know this man? And if you know him, please contact us. And said that several people called into the police station to give their take on Ernesto and what they knew about him and Shirley. All right. So then Ernesto says that people think that he has over $1 million, but he really don't. So then Shirley says to him, she says that I just don't know what else is coming up. She says, but God does. And she says, I'm just going to take this step by step and day by day because I don't really know what's coming up next. And she says she's starting to get scared. She's starting to be afraid of what's coming up next because she don't know, you know, what's going to happen next with them starting to come in and take her stuff and investigating everybody around them and continuously asking her to come down to the police station with her lawyer. So she's starting to get scared behind this because she feels like she might be arrested too behind all of this mess. I said, shit. So Ernesto tells Shirley that he has to go. He's ready to end the call. And once he leaves, he's then heard on a phone call with another woman, which is the woman from Florida, y'all. He calls the woman from Florida that he's been seeing and who he was telling everybody was his wife, when we all know he was married to Shirley Strawberry, the woman who he was cheating with and was going to run to Abu Dhabi with. He done called this woman after he done hung up with Shirley Strawberry, and he done told this woman everything that Shirley done told him about the police confiscating the car and about the police investigating everybody in their surrounding, and pretty much to tell her to keep her mouth shut. I'm like, fool, do you not understand that your ass is on a recorded phone call? How crazy is he? He come right up with Shirley and call this woman, guys. Done call this woman that he was messing around with to tell this woman everything that him and Shirley was just talking about. And he sat there and pretended that he cared so much about Shirley and was so mad about what Shirley was going through. But you sat right there and turned around and called this other woman and was sitting there talking sweet nothings to her in the phone like she was your wife, just like you was just talking to Shirley. I said, he's so damn, and Shirley's so damn crazy. I said, why does she not see what Ernesto is doing? He is slowly pulling you into his mess, and you're going to wind up being locked up in prison behind him, trying to protect him, talking about what you're not going to talk about and what you're not going to tell because you still have deep feelings and love for this man, when clearly he is playing with you, girl. I want y'all to join me later on today for the pop-in. I already put the notification out. I'm going to play the phone calls for you guys so that you can hear verbatim what Shirley and Ernesto is talking about in these calls. And she even goes on, okay, she even goes on to talk about Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey and how Marjorie sees her as the help versus friends, longtime friends with Steve Harvey. Y'all know Shirley and Steve been friends for years. But she says Marjorie Harvey is evil and controlling, and that Steve Harvey is actually scared of Marjorie Harvey. And that Marjorie runs everything in that house over there. And that Marjorie sees her as, you know, as the help versus as a friend. Ain't that shit crazy? She's heard saying that in a call. I'm going to play that shit for y'all later. Because I was sitting there like, I thought everybody. She says that Steve is not well, that his health really is not good. She said she visited Steve at one of their luxury homes, and that she said that he came down the stairs and he was very winded, like he's not well. She says, and there's a lot of things that's going on, of course, between Steve and Marjorie. Y'all know all the rumors going on with their marriage. But she said she don't really see it for Marjorie Harvey, because she said Marjorie runs everything in their house and that Steve really is scared of her. I said, well, shit. I said, well, everybody already knew all the rumors that was going on about Marjorie and how she rolled and how she run everything in the Harvey household. But it sounded like Shirley Strawberry is co-signing it, okay? pretty much that she said that Marjorie kind of looks at her like, you know, that she ain't shit and that she's everything. I said, well, damn. I said, ooh, child, ooh, child, ooh, child. But, So old Shirley Strawberry Honey, she's out here having to catch an old Uber down there to the Steve Harvey Morning Show so she can get that strawberry letter out since the police done rolled up on her and took her damn car. So, what y'all think about that? And I'm going to play them phone calls for you guys later, so you definitely want to join me later on so that you can hear that. And I'm also going to play the video of Sheree Whitfield's stylist, where he actually goes into details about the actual reunion last season when Sheree had her, when she showed her pieces that he would not allow her to put on the website. And he also lets everyone know that Sheree did not pay him. So I'm going to play that audio as well as the jail phone calls between Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto Williams, okay? So y'all join me later because that's going to be some juicy tea. Do you hear me? All right, let's move on to the last topic of the day. Yes, God. Now, I was looking at a new clip that is shown for Love and Marriage Huntsville, you guys, where Tisha and Marsau sat down with Rell and Chris Fletcher to ask them, honey, if they've ever had any infidelities in their marriage. Now, we already know they did. They've already talked about it on the show where Chris Fletcher was actually caught cheating some years ago on Rell, where they almost lost their marriage. Okay, they've been married, I want to say about almost 30 years. According to them, they just recently celebrated an anniversary. Chris decided to work on his marriage. He got into the church. They say he's a deacon now. He's turned his life around and he's devoted his time and attention to, you know, working on his marriage between he and Rell. So they're doing well. They're doing well. But at one point, he was out there on his Martell child, running through women. And Tisha and Marsau, there was a clip for Love and Marriage Huntsville coming up for the new season where they sat down with the two of them and asked them, did they have any infidelities in their marriage? Of course, Marsau sat there smiling because he already know the answer is yes, because they all hung out together. All right. Chris knows a whole bunch of stuff about Marsau, and Marsau knows a whole lot of stuff about Chris. It's no secret. So Tisha and Marsau, of course, y'all know they like to get dirt on everybody, okay? Tisha always likes to get dirt on other people's relationships, okay? So she can kind of store it up to use it later on, okay? For if they ever come for them and try to expose them on their shit. Because y'all remember, honey, when she tried to do the same thing to Tiffany. Y'all remember when Tisha approached Tiffany the very same way at Destiny's event, okay? And asked Tiffany to tell her some stuff about her. Tell me about you. We don't really know nothing about you. Have you ever cheated? I remember she did that whole conversation with Tiffany because she wanted to be able to have some dirt on Tiffany, okay? And then when Tiffany told her, well, in high school, I cheated on my boyfriend, Tisha didn't want to hear that shit. She was like, yo, I don't want to hear that. Like, well, what else is going on? Have you ever cheated on your husband? Have you ever had infidelities? Because y'all know she can't say it. Have you ever had infidelities in your marriage? And she wanted to know shit on other people because Tisha is constantly getting hit with infidelity rumors with her own marriage. So that is her deflection whenever somebody call her out, to be able to throw it back at you and say, well, I heard some shit about you, which is the same thing she did to Tiffany whenever Tiffany was talking about hearing things about Marsau out in the street with other women. That was Tisha's go-to with Tiffany to say, well, we done heard some stuff about you and Big Lou and rumors about you and Big Lou and Lou cheating on you out in these streets, when Melody came out and co-signed that there are no rumors around Huntsville about Lewis running around on Tiffany. But Tisha used that as a deflection to get somebody up off her so nobody would talk about her infidelities with Marsau, okay? Yeah. Y'all already know how Tisha roll, baby. Tisha lives to have some dirt on other people, but she don't want you talking about her shit, okay? So, like I said, Tisha knows that Marsau is cheating and has been cheating on her. Per Kiki's recent announcement that is coming up on the new season, where she announces that Marsau was caught having a threesome, okay? Having a threesome. Yes, you guys saw the clip. For those of you that did not, it's out there, where Marsau was accused of having a threesome, okay? When y'all remember when Kiki threw the whole drink in Tisha's face, they were having this conversation, and I feel like Kiki, honey, she's to the point where she's tired of keeping their secrets, and they continue to put hers out there. So she is going to be revealing some things this season. Melody has already said the season of revealing is not over. If you guys follow her on her stories, Melody has already said that the season for revealing is not over. That means there's some more shit that's gonna come out about Martell, some more shit that's gonna come out about a whole bunch of people on the cast as well that we did not know. That's gonna make you clench your pearls as well. And I'll be right there, because y'all know I do review the show, and I'm gonna do a very in-depth review, honey, of Love and Marriage Huntsville when it comes back in a couple weeks. Okay, so it'll be back in a couple weeks. Now, of course, Nell and Chris Fletcher, they did admit to Tisha and Marsau that they did experience infidelities, like I said, which we already knew. So I'm trying to figure out why Tisha is so concerned about their marriage and their infidelities when you should be focused on your own husband, who continues to lie and gaslight you and tell you that he is out working, when we keep hearing about him not completing jobs and he's taking people's money and not doing what he's supposed to do as a contractor. Okay, so if you're not finishing jobs, which is a said sign that you are out doing other things that you should not be doing. So why Tisha is supposed to be this smart businesswoman with all these degrees, and you can't read between the lines to see that your husband is lying and gaslighting you? Why are you guys steady being sued for fraud and misrepresentation and not finishing jobs when he stays out late and coming in late and can't answer the phone when you call him, honey, because he's telling you he's so busy and at work? That's my question. What you working on? What you working on? It ain't that body. It ain't that body. Marsau got more titties than me. Okay? Yeah, you really do. You got more titties than me. So you are telling Tisha that you can't answer the phone and you so busy, you need to go to Africa because you so stressed out because all the shit that's going on. But it's so coincidental that he can stay away and be gone, and Tisha don't see anything wrong with that. But she fuss him out and tell him that he can't stay at the other house, that she want him under the same roof. Now, if y'all got some type of arrangement, and I done said this before, that's fine. People have that in their marriage. That's your business. But at the end of the day, you are on a national platform. We're going to talk about your shit and we're going to dig. You can't sit here and continue to lie in the viewers' faces and saying that shit ain't going on in your marriage and then be posting videos talking about happy anniversary to us, our 17th wedding anniversary. I said it the other day. Last year, y'all celebrated 17 years. This year, you done posted happy anniversary, 17 years of celebration of love between me and Marsau. So, I mean, I don't know how they're teaching y'all down there in Bessemer and Huntsville, baby, but 18 does come after 17. I mean, that's what they taught me at the schoolhouse. After 17 comes 18. So you still celebrating 17 after last year's 17? I don't know what to say, sis. It's the delusion for me. Okay? Now, ICDC college, y'all need to step it up. Y'all need to step it up. Y'all might want to take one of them degrees back, because I don't feel like she earned that shit if you still talking about 17, baby, after last year's 17 wedding anniversary. And then it said in the last that there's no marriage license. People that have been looking up Tisha and Marsau's marriage license. It said in the last that there's no recorded marriage license between Tisha and Marsau. What's going on with that? Y'all know that's public information. That's public information. Why is there no jail? No, not jail records. There might be some jail records coming up soon. But why is there no marriage license between the two of them? They talking about they're celebrating 17 years of marriage. I'm trying to figure that shit out. Because several people have looked up marriage license between the two of them, and they can't find them nowhere. That's crazy. But they're coming for Nell and Chris Fletcher, honey, asking them about their marriage, trying to get dirt on them, because y'all know Nell and Chris Fletcher, they really good friends with Melody. But see, this is the thing that I don't like about Tisha, because Tisha tried to befriend Melody, and y'all remember she sat at that table trying to get information from Melody on what was going on between Melody and Martell. But then as soon as she fell out with Melody, she used that situation about Martell and that BMW situation between Ariane and Martell. And that's the way Tisha does. Tisha is just like Wanda in so many ways. Okay? Look at Wanda. Whenever you call Wanda out on some stuff, Wanda goes for the jugular and start trying to deflect and pull out shit that she thinks she knows about you to try to shut you down. And her go-to is always, one, I'm going to get your channel taken down. That's to try to scare you and bully you into shutting up, because she knows that you own to something. Tisha is the same way. Tisha is a deflector. Tisha likes to use it where I know this and that about you. She'll make up some shit in her head to make you kind of second guess your own situation, to make you think like, damn, do she really know something when she really don't? Y'all know people can be that way. Tisha is a deflector. She's a gaslighter. She's a silent, mean girl. She's jealous of other women, okay? And she knows her marriage is trash, so she gonna get with people who she know is trying to work on their marriage. She already know they have issues in their marriage, but she's trying to get dirt on them because y'all know now, Chris and Nell Fletcher, they're becoming, you know, permanent fixtures on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So they're trying to find another villain, somebody that they can come against to use as a deflection to keep the rumors from being talked about in their own marriage. So they're trying to use Nell and Chris Fletcher now. I see what's going on. They ain't fooling me. They are trying to use Nell and Chris Fletcher to reel them in, to pretend to be friends with them so they can get enough dirt on them to be able to use on this show to deflect from the fact that they are having real marital issues to avoid talking about them. Because I already told y'all, Marsau already said that if Carlos and production be bringing up any infidelities in his relationship or marriage with Tisha, that he quitting the show. Which we already know he ain't doing because they need the money. Every time you turn around, they're being sued left and right. They're already facing another lawsuit. They got one coming up in October. A big lawsuit, $5.5 million to be exact, for Zen Garden. Okay? So anything to deflect from telling their business and talking about other people. If y'all know that with Tisha and them this past season right here, Tisha and them rather talk about everybody else and what's going on with everybody else in their marriage and their infidelities when they know they have a lot of shit going on. So it's no coincidence, like I said, that Kiki would put it out there that there's been some threesomes going on with Marsau. I told y'all whenever he paid for those tickets for Tisha to go to Atlanta to the Beyonce Renaissance concert, Marsau was sitting out there in that car with them doors up like this, skinning and grinning in the women's face, and looked surprised as hell on Stormy's Live when she caught his ass standing out there skinning and grinning talking to women. He was busted. He was busted. That's the type of shit that's going on with them. And like I said, they are using Nell and Chris Fletcher since they're on this show now to talk about their dirt to avoid talking about theirs. But I'm glad that they got Kiki on there, and I'm glad Kiki is starting to talk this season and put their business out there, because that's what Tisha and Marsau needs. They need that. They need their business put out there because they continue to put other people's business out there. Marsau loves to talk about other people and what they're doing and not doing. He was happy to talk about Kiki and her addiction. He was happy to talk about that shit. But as soon as Kiki threw that drink on Tisha and was talking about the cheating between the two of them, now all of a sudden it's call the police. That's a deflection. Call the police, have her drug tested. Call the police and have Kiki drug tested now because she's telling your shit when you live to tell everybody else's. I guarantee y'all that's going to be their storyline this season. Because they continue to play in the viewer's face, and Carlos is allowing it. Because he's making Melody and Martell talk about their shit, which I feel is so unfair. But he is protecting the Scotts. The same with Maurice and Kimmy. He's protecting them. And I don't know what it is, what they know, what they got on him. Usually when a person is so protective of a person like that, and I said the same thing about Carlos and Martell. Martell has something on Carlos because Carlos is protecting the shit out of Martell. And now we see on MSN.com, where they've done this huge story on Martell talking about the revenge P and how they think that he should be taken off of Love and Marriage Huntsville because they don't feel that he is a great representation of the show and what the show was originally about, which is black businesses, black love, black businesses, marriage. He don't exude any of that. So MSN.com is actually, they have a whole bulletin out about Martell and this whole situation. So that's what that's giving, baby. But Tisha and Marsau, they are trying to use the Fletchers this season. Y'all know Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back, I think, on the 16th. I think it is. I don't want to get the dates wrong because y'all be in my damn comments trying to blow me up. Like, damn, man, that's not the right date. I want to say it's the 16th. Y'all know it always comes on a Saturday, okay? So, like I said, I will be reviewing it. For those of you that do watch the show and you want to just see the review from a content creator, I'm happy to do it as I always do. So I will do that for you guys. So definitely be on the lookout for the Love and Marriage Huntsville review, okay? But the show is actually going to be good. It's actually going to be a good show for the second half of Love and Marriage Huntsville. But I wanted to just talk about the deflection and the fact that Tisha and Marsau are now trying to zoom in and use the Fletchers as their storyline to deflect from talking about what's really going on with them and their marriage. But thank y'all for being here this morning. Please join me later on today. I already put the notification out for the pop-in. I will be doing that when I get home because I want to be able to play the audio for the jail phone calls between Ernesto Williams and Shirley Strawberry, as well as the audio of Sheree Whitfield's stylist openly admitting that Sheree did not pay him for the season finale of last season's Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so thank you guys for joining the show, and I'll see you guys later on today. All right, thank you, Moss, for doing a great job, and also thank you to any content creators that join us as well. Okay, somebody say have an amazing day. Thank you, Kelly S. Thank you so much, and you guys have an amazing day as well. Okay, I will see you guys later on today. Be blessed and not stressed, and goodbye.